If you've ever felt like a stationary point in a fast-moving world, you are experiencing the primary tension of the modern psyche. The sheer volume of external chaos can make this simple act of existing feel like a constant struggle against an incoming tide. Many of us naturally fall into the role of the fixer. We absorb massive data from our surroundings, unstated moods, hidden tensions, treating that information as a script we are obligated to follow. This creates the savior complex. We convince ourselves if we can just rewrite everyone else's behavior, we will finally secure the safety and peace we crave. This habit triggers the cortisol loop. Every time you react to an external stressor you can't control, your body produces a spike in cortisol. This rapidly drains your mental battery, leaving you with less energy for the next trigger. Forcing others to behave only makes the loop spin faster. You end up burning out the very bandwidth you need to actually solve your own problems. Seeking peace by controlling the external world is a biologically unwinnable game. It is a strategy that guarantees mental and physical exhaustion. Eleanor Roosevelt famously observed that no one can make you feel inferior, or anything else, without your explicit permission. This is the foundation of emotional sovereignty. When the outside world hurts us, it's often because of the voodoo doll effect. External injuries only cause pain when they strike an internal, unhealed wound. In this sense, the external world acts as a mirror. It doesn't create your state. It simply reflects the current condition of your internal boundaries and unresolved conflicts. Your mind is a perception engine. If your life feels chaotic, it's because the engine is currently running on a reactive, outdated operating system. Real power begins when you stop trying to fix the mirror and start taking responsibility for upgrading the engine itself. The first step in this upgrade is to treat reality as raw data. You must learn to observe external chaos without automatically assigning it a personal meaning. When someone behaves poorly, that behavior is merely witness testimony of their internal glitch. It's information about them, not a reflection of your value. Processing this as neutral data prevents the cortisol loop. You categorize it and move on without the emotional cost. This intervention happens at the moment of impact, the exact millisecond your brain attempts to fire an old reactive habit. Your brain naturally seeks cognitive ease. It wants to use the lowest energy path possible, which is usually the automatic toxic reaction you've used for years. You have to disrupt that cognitive ease. At the moment of impact, you must uncomfortably and deliberately choose a new thought to forge a more effective neural pathway. This single point in time is where you reclaim your agency. It is the only moment where you can break the cycle and assert a new way of being. This upgrade installs what we call the logic-first kernel. It marks your transition from a turbulent state of constant reaction to an assertive state of deliberate action. Carl Jung's work helps us understand how we process the world. By prioritizing logic over raw emotion, we completely change how we filter reality. The assertive mind treats the past as a plug-in. It is a database you search for perspective, rather than an emotional room you are forced to live in. The future is viewed as a calculated blueprint. This keeps your processing power focused entirely on the present now, where your actual influence lies. Under this new system, emotions are the reward for sound reasoning, not the drivers of your behavior. You act out of logic and experience the resulting peace as the byproduct. Leading with logic transforms you. You stop being a victim of external stimuli and start operating as a sovereign, deliberate architect of your own life. The primary biological result of this engine upgrade is homeostasis, a state of physical and mental equilibrium where your body is no longer in a state of constant emergency. When you stop running constant credit checks on others, your internal frequency becomes smooth and steady. You shut down toxic stress hormones. This stabilization frees up massive CPU bandwidth, regaining the mental energy previously wasted on reacting to external chaos. This represents the physics of ambition. Reclaiming your physical energy allows you to invest it back into your own goals, transforming what was once anxiety into a powerful drive for success. Mastering your perception provides a literal biological advantage. It is a physical optimization that directly fuels your long-term ambition and focus. You do not need the world to validate you, and you certainly don't need its permission to thrive. Your internal state is your own jurisdiction. As you perfect your internal perception engine, your environment naturally begins to reflect your new stability. By refusing to provide a resonance for chaos, you force the disruptive dynamics in your life to either adapt or fall away entirely. The barriers holding you back dissolve when you realize there is no external obstacle. The wall only exists when your internal script gives it power. There is only your internal script, and you are the one holding the pen.